Okay, so this is my final project for SPED 645, Language Development and Communication Disorders. The student that this activity is designed for is those with neuromotor disabilities such as cerebral palsy. The communication area of concern is the student's ability to verbally communicate ideas, needs, and wants. The activity itself is a word orientation activity and can be used at all grade levels. Cerebral palsy is the name given to a wide variety of neuromotor disabilities. These disabilities come about during prenatal development, birth complications, or brain injuries early in life and affect about 10,000 babies per year in the United States. Cerebral palsy is a non-progressive disorder. However, motor problems may worsen if left untreated. So if your student doesn't get physical therapy, things can get worse. According to the textbook, students with cerebral palsy face significant speech and language difficulties because of the lack of muscle control for both large and small muscle groups, including those involved in speech development, as talked about earlier in the semester. Reading is directly connected, because reading is directly connected with speech and language development. Students first learn to read out loud, and the inability to speak makes reading more difficult. Additionally, students with cerebral palsy often have a hard time with writing if they can do it at all. As stated before, my project is a word orientation activity to help students with reading and writing using the pictures provided. The student will write about what they see. For this particular activity, students will need to have experience using a low-tech or high-tech eye gaze system, which right now I have a very low-tech system. So the activity goes as follows. I would show a picture such as this to a student. I would have them look at it, make sure that they're seeing it, and then there would be prompting, and the student would then find what the person is doing, then look back at me. So there would be 4 options in each corner of the eye gaze, which I don't have an actual eye gaze with me because the student takes it home that I work with. So they would look. So say they would have it, they would look, then they would look back in the center at me, and then they'd look back up at their choice, and they would do that for each thing until they were able to tell me that this child is playing with blocks. The idea behind this activity is to provide students with an opportunity to practice communicating academic skills, wants, and needs. The ultimate goal is to have the student using a communication system at all times rather than constantly being asked yes/no questions, which a lot of my current student, all he can do is answer yes/no questions. The rationale for this activity is to help students be more independent in the general education classroom. Additionally, it will help students not fall behind their peers in areas such as math, reading, and writing. Evidence-based practice in the study from Totten Tech Institute at the Arizona State University showed that using an eye gaze communication device indicated that all children demonstrated an increase in communication interactions. And that's my presentation. I hope you liked it.